let's do the damn thing.
Don't believe a word they say. Don't believe a word they say. Don't believe a word they say. They say they'll fill you up, but they only break you down. And once they grow inside, they have you figured out. As they crush your spirit, blind your vision, taking every word and twisting every move's a wrong decision. Paralyzed with doubt, they'll try to set you right by pushing you around. As you get victimized, you barely make a sound. 'Cause the virus is designed to hack into your mind and leave a gaping hole inside so you can't know yourself. Don't believe a word. Danger. There's some liminal riser in our minds, perceiving danger. The war is real. Screaming danger. When you awaken inside, you come alive, perceiving danger. The war is real.
All right, guys. Let me get the music down here. Bum, 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 bum. We're gonna start off the show a little light. I'm gonna show you guys the draft of the new emotes. We're gonna talk about the stuff that went down yesterday, and then we're gonna move into the subject matter at hand. We should be getting started on the subject right around 9 o'clock. I figure that's enough time for everybody to trickle in. So just give me a second. Let me pull this up for you guys so you can actually see it. It's pretty cool. So last week I had 6 emotes drafted, so you guys can have some new emotes and stuff. And after looking at the emotes, I realized I have to grow my hair back out like as soon as possible because they don't match me anymore. Like really. If you guys have never seen the boom, all the emotes are going to be based off that guy. Back when I had hair, it was great. But you know, you bastards made me shave it off, so I'm bald now. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. It's been a wonderful journey. Worth it. Worth it. Yeah. No regrets. Okay. Well, let me show you guys the new shindigs. All right. So there you go. Bum, bum, bum. Okay. Well, let me zoom that in at all. The full color should be coming probably on Friday. But those will be the new emotes for the channel. At least 6 of them. And I'm pretty happy with my artist. I'm pretty excited about it. So if we manage to get 250 subscribers and I need to start commissioning more, I think we have found an artist that I like working with and is going to be a suitable style for what we're doing. So I can dig it. I hope you guys do too. And we'll kind of take it from there. I have been working on the emotes. I've been trying to improve the corgi emotes, the heart and the wink. However, I can't find the original source file, and I have Googled the shit out of it. That was most of my Tuesday. Let me get over to... Where is... no copyright sounds. And we'll just put that on. Top 100, let's go there. That sounds good. Except, why does this song always have to play first? Let's skip. It's always that song first. Doesn't matter what no copyright sound. It could be on YouTube, it could be on Spotify. Fade always plays first. Always. So, yeah, we're gonna be jamming out with some new emotes here soon. Let me fix that. Okay, so because it wants to play first, it does what it wants. Well, yeah. I mean, it's always at the top of the list too. You know, like you start a new playlist, and the shuffle doesn't start for whatever reason until after it plays the first song. So I've heard fade enough. I'm good on fade. This is cool. I can jam out with this. Let me turn it down a little bit so you guys can. We'll put in a little bit more in the background. All right, so we're going to be talking about etiquette today. And I know that's like everybody's favorite subject, like we're all super excited about it. But I don't want to make it boring. I want it to be pertinent to streaming, to being a viewer, to promoting your channel, to how to look. In my estimation, right? There's two things that impact the way people behave in public. Two, right? One, how you were brought up, your family. And I know family life is a lot different now than when I grew up. Because I see my friends raising their children, you know? And I see that and I'm like, I wouldn't necessarily do that. But I also don't want... I am not in a place to judge anyone on how they raise their children. I don't want them because I know I would be a terrible parent. However, that doesn't mean I don't, like, raise what's left of my eyebrow at somebody and go like, what the fuck are you doing, right? Like, what is going on here? Why are you letting like, you guys have gone to a store, you've seen like children, and not even like little kids, right? Like, I'm talking like 8-year-olds, 10-year-olds just acting a goddamn fool. And I feel like we get a fair amount of those like as stream traffic, and then they come out here and they're in a chat room, and because it's the internet, they think they can just do whatever the shit they want, and that's just not how things work. It doesn't work like that in the real world. I'm sure it doesn't work like that here. So we're going to talk about a few things that I expect from my viewers, and why people get banned, why people get timed out for a really long time, those sorts of things. The other thing that really comes into play is how those people interact with their friends. I say that. She knows she wasn't strict enough. Yeah, that's it, right? Like, and that's some of it. And even strict parents, right? I'm not going to name names, but I have friends who are kind of hypocrites with their kids. They behave one way, their kid sees that, they tell the kid not to behave that way, but if the adults do it, and think about when you were a kid, right? Think about when you were a kid. All you wanted to do was be a fucking adult, right? Like, when you were a child, you wanted to grow up and be an adult. So even when little things happen, right? Like I don't want to say we. I'm not a parent. But when parents try to correct behaviors, right? They get with their friends, and if their friends and they get together, they're trying to behave more, seem more mature than the other, or seem cooler than the other, or whatever the case is, right? It goes back into the whole peer pressure thing, right? So two major influences that determine behavior, in my estimation, and I am not a psychologist. First off, let's be clear. This is just like personal observation. So, in my estimation, there's these two factors, the two primary. Now, we can get into, I don't want to get into the role of media, right? Like, because that is another third, if I had to pick one, third primary factor, right? What you see on YouTube, what you see from content creators, what you see on television, movies, so on and so forth down the line. All of that leaves impressions on kids. So we're not, but that doesn't necessarily pertain to what we're doing here, other than I'm trying to put in a set of standards as a media person, which is weird, right? I just want people to understand, like, generally speaking, there are certain ways you should behave on stream. Generally speaking, there are certain ways you should behave in a chat room. And generally speaking, if you're trying to grow as a streamer, there are some steps and things you should do to maybe, one, look a little bit better, two, promote yourself appropriately, or three, networking. Like, how many times have we had people in this chat room this week alone trying to promote their own shit? That's not okay. And why that's not okay? There's no rule against it, right? That falls back into what is etiquette. Etiquette is unwritten social contracts. It's how we choose to behave in public. So I'm going to focus my attention down to, how do you behave in streams? How do you behave? You know, that's something that matters. The way that you interact with people. Now, I'm not saying all kids are bad, right? I'm not saying if you're under the age of 18, you're unwelcome here. That's not the case. I have some people who are under 18 who hang out here who are more than welcome. You know, it's fine. If you're behaving civilly, I don't care. As long as you get along with everybody who's already in chat. You got to remember, your first time into a chat room, which is basically all streaming is a glorified AOL chat room with video. I know. Mind blown, right? It's a fucking chat room. It's a forum, but it's live. It's interactive. So, I have an AOL email. I'm not, look, I'm serious though. That's all streaming is. It took the AOL chat room and put it over here. That's it. That's all streaming is, right? Those chat rooms were very popular back in the day. Now, you just have something to watch. It's kind of like Rabbit TV or whatever. Rab.it, whatever it was. Like where you share a movie and you guys could watch a movie together over the internet and then you'd have a chat room. It's not any different, right? It's the same fucking thing. However, you know, we have moderators, we have rules, so we're going to talk about that. Now, let's talk a little bit about what happened last night. Because I want to get that like elephant out of the way, right? So, speaking of etiquette, if you are ever playing with a streamer, don't try to make the stream about you and what you want to do. Yoshi kicks. Because when you guys ask me if I will go back and play Zone Wars, I assume that we are going to go play Zone Wars. I did not assume that you two morons would try to convince everybody in game chat to play like pickaxing, boxing assholes who weren't going to shoot and who were just there to troll. We started the stream off that way. We did not continue down that path because you guys were being assholes. And I was like, okay, we're going to switch to squads. Then you asked, can we switch back to Zone Wars for the last half hour? Again, I knew in the back of my brain what you two idiots were doing. But I wanted to see if you had the gall to do it, and you did. So you behaved like a couple of assholes. You tried to make it all about you and what you wanted to do. So, both of you are banned for a month. And by banned, I don't mean I'm not banning you. I didn't type in /ban from the channel. You guys are sitting in a 1 month timeout. You're not allowed to talk for a month. You're not allowed to play games with me for a month. And I'm not going to. There is no planet in this solar system, in our fucking galaxy, in which that will be any shorter than 30 days. Because both of you, especially Yoshi, have been timed out for extended periods of time before. So now I'm putting my foot down. And I don't like ever having to do that, but I am putting my fucking foot down. You are not going to make my stream about you and your desires. There's a reason I didn't play shooters for 5 months. And it's not just because I got sick of shooters. And it's not just because I got sick of the communities. But sometimes I get sick of fucking trolls. And you guys knew that. You guys know I get sick of trolls. And when members of my own community, subscribers to my channel, regulars who are in here, decide that they want to try and troll me, I will get the last laugh. Don't ever forget that. I would ask if there were any questions, but you guys can't talk. So, yeah, that's it. That's it. That's all I'm going to waste on that. You totally missed it. Long story short, there are ways to behave when, and this goes right back into before I popped in and went after bed. Yeah, it was at the end of the stream. It was between 1:30 and 2 o'clock last night. I played one round with them. I was going to stay around until 2 o'clock. It got through one round, which ended at 1:40, and I was like, I'm done. You guys have pushed me too far. And rather than freak out or spaz out on anyone or have any issues, you didn't miss anything. Yeah, you guys didn't miss anything. Nothing happened, right? Like, I didn't explode. The same thing that we're having, this discourse right now, that's it. That's all that happened. It was like, like I said, I knew it was coming. I knew it was going to happen. They decided to continue to be little shits, and I ended stream. I went and pitched everybody over to static. I was 20 minutes out from being done anyway. I'm just not going to deal with it. I got free time. I got 20 extra minutes to go do whatever I wanted. Yeah. Yeah, no, that was part of my issue too, is that they were teaming up with each other and still being assholes, right? They're both, like, they're two of the better players that hang out around here, and they were doing the trolly shit they could do while teaming up with each other against a 5-person lobby. So when you have two people teaming up in a 5-person lobby, and they're trying to be assholes, like going out of their way to be assholes, I got no issues. You're gone. Just flick you away. And that goes into all the stuff we're doing tonight. It was Yoshi and Bun Bun, Selfie. They're grounded for a month. Which, mind you, in 1 month from today, June 20th, is the channel's birthday. Every year for the channel's birthday, I do something special. They got their timeout the day before 1 month. So I have been sitting here on the fence debating if I want to add 2 days to ban them from the birthday. That's how mad I was. So what I've decided to do is I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to add additional days. I stuck 30 days. They'll be unbanned on, well, untimeout. Timeouted? They'll be able to return on the 19th of June, which is 1 day ungrounded. Yeah, they'll be ungrounded after 30 days, which will be June 19th, and they'll be able to be here for the birthday. So we'll still have fun. If you guys want to apologize to me, I'm not going to be taking your apology on stream. You guys can write me. If you come into chat and try and bring this drama up in a month, I don't care. It's just going to get deleted. You want to write me and apologize to me? That's one thing. That's it. That's it. So let's get to the meat of the subject, right? So that's what happened within the community. Yeah, I'm glad you went to bed before that too, because I would have hated to have had to, like, also get someone else for falling into their trap, which is basically how I feel it happened, right? Because I know Yoshi won't do that necessarily without a lot of prompting, and he wouldn't continue to do it. Him and Bun Bun were in game chat laughing together, having a good time, trolling around. And like I said, I will always get the last laugh. So, hey Colin, what's up? Oh, actually, Colin, I'm glad you're here. So, we're gonna talk about a couple of different things that go on. Well, we're gonna talk about being a viewer and the things you can, should, and shouldn't do in chat. We're gonna talk about if you're a streamer visiting another chat, right? How to talk to another streamer without blowing yourself up or making their stream about your stream, because that's something that happens all too often. And then we're going to talk about a little bit about ways that you should behave when you're watching a streamer, you want to play, you get into the party, you need to, like, think about your situation. So we'll talk a little bit about that too. All right. So let's start with being a viewer, because some of you guys are new to watching streams or new to acting in public. I don't know if you're homeschooled and the only person you've ever seen in your life is your mother. But some of you guys just don't know how to act in public. And that includes present company. So we're going to talk about it. Like, let's talk about one thing. Guys, don't go to another streamer's stream. This is number one. If you go to another streamer's stream to ask about another stream, it's kind of a dick move, right? I appreciate that I have fans, right? And you guys know that I work with Kirby, right? We co-stream a lot. What I don't appreciate is when you guys go over to Kirby's channel and ask when I'm streaming. That's fucked up. Like, I know it doesn't make a lot of sense. If you want to know when I'm streaming, I have a Discord, I have a Twitter, I have a Facebook. You can get a hold of me all those different ways. Right? Am I going to be on tomorrow? Yeah, I'll be on late tomorrow because I think I'm going to work tomorrow. I need to go make some money. Unless, like, crazy money happens tonight, I need to go to work. Because I've taken basically 2 weeks off at this point. Almost 3. But you guys have been great, so there's that. So, like, yeah, if you guys want to know where I am, you need to ask me. Don't ask people I co-stream with. Don't ask, if I ask you a question. You can ask me a question in a minute. So yeah, just ask me. Don't go to someone else's channel. You don't even need to, like, and it's not even just their channel. Like, don't go to Sugar and ask Sugar when I'm streaming. Just ask me. I'll tell you. Because no one knows better than I do. And half the time, I don't know. Right? Like, I don't have a schedule like a lot of other people. When am I streaming? I take Tuesdays off, but I've been taking Mondays off, so I might just go with Mondays off and continue streaming on Tuesday. And then Saturday is if I feel like it. Other than that, you guys can pretty much expect me in the evening times. Also, if you want to know when I go live, I'm going to put my alternate, the channel's gamer tag in here. Alright, I want you to friend this. You can send a... Oh, God, not that. How did I misspell that? All right, let's try this again. There we go. It's Infinite Power MG. You can add that as an Xbox friend. If you favorite it, when you're on your Xbox and I go live, you will get a notification. Yeah, the problem is, Lord, like, my taskbar won't shut. At all. So, like, I'm typing in a box this big, and I can't actually see what I'm typing. That's how I know you. Yeah. Alright, I don't... Okay. I'm making sure that Ice isn't missing. Like, Ice was worried that he got swept up in the Yoshi Bun timeout sweepstakes. And Ice was not my target, but if I typed in Black Yoshi and accidentally timed out Black Ice, I would feel awful. Yeah, and I've been doing a better job about social media. I've been posting on our Facebook, I've been posting on our Twitter, and letting you guys know, hey, I'm going live. So use Twitter, use Facebook, use your Xbox Live, whatever, however you want to know. Inside of Mixer, there's actually, you can turn on notifications, so even if you're browsing a page on Mixer, it'll pop up and tell you. So there's a few different ways you can know that I'm live. Going to someone else's channel is not the way to know when I go live. That's the point. Don't ask other people. Ask me. Right? And if you really want to ask me directly, Discord, Twitter, those are the best two. You can get a hold of me through Facebook. I don't read my Xbox messages. I don't even get them anymore. I just have it off. I don't want Xbox messages. Not on Challenger. I don't need people trying to make my Xbox page about them. So I just don't even get messages anymore. It's easier that way. Alright. So, there's a whole bunch of different ways. Just don't, like I said, as a chatter, right? As a viewer, right? Just generally don't speak about other people's streams in someone's stream, right? Whether it's your own, whether it's someone you like. I don't want to know that you are just watching so-and-so. I don't care. And the thing is, like, when you say that I was just watching so-and-so, if you came in off of a host, it's a little different, right? Like if Miss Green Sheep pops by and she's like, I'm dropping a host on you. And you're like, oh, hey, I was with Miss Green Sheep. That's a little different, right? That makes sense. You just came in from there. But if that person is still live and you just came in from there, now you're advertising a live channel. Don't advertise live channels in other live channels. Don't advertise other channels in other people's channels. Generally speaking, it's a terrible idea. It's frowned upon. It's inconsiderate of the work that I put in for me and my community, talking about other communities. It's inconsiderate of the viewers. Nobody came here to see RAA Lightning 5547. Nobody came here to see that person. Nobody's going to leave here to go see that person. You're not actually going to get anyone to come over that is going to be positive, right? So what'll end up happening is if somebody comes over and advertises in my channel, I'll have a couple of viewers, and I don't ask them to do this. They'll just do it on their own accord. They'll go over to that channel and troll the shit out of me. It's happened. Dank Scopes 420 XXX, yeah. So, like, just generally talking about other streams in chat, like, that's not gonna do any good. He's just putting out, like, some stupid name that's out there. I actually named someone who came in and tried to do that, like, 2 days ago. On Sunday night? Yeah. I added some numbers and letters or whatever, but, yeah. It was the guy who did the thing in the Discord. That one. So, yeah, it's just as that, yeah, he did the thing with the thing. Yeah. So one of the things, like, that I really want to stress is keep the chat, keep my chat, keep whoever's streamer. I don't care if it's me. I don't care if it's another streamer. Look, I never want you guys, let me be 100% clear on this. I never want you guys to advertise my channel in someone else's channel. Period. And if I hear about it, I just ban you. I don't deal with it. Because I know that I would ban somebody, and I would never do that to one of my you guys got to understand, the Mixer partners here are like coworkers. The other people who are streaming right now, we don't get to hang out, talk. There's no water cooler. We're not talking about the frickin' Eagles game last night or whatever the hell. We don't have that. We do talk to each other periodically through various Discords, social media posts, blah, 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 blah. We'll talk to each other. But don't advertise. We don't advertise in each other's channels. Now, if I pop by and they shout me out, that's a choice. If they pop by and I shout them out, that's a choice. That's a referral, right? And I take a lot of pride in who I refer. If I shout someone out here, I've seen their stream. I'm not going to send you guys to a bad streamer or someone I don't enjoy. They might be bad in your opinion. You know, everybody's got opinions. Everyone got a different taste. But I'm not going to shout out someone I don't want to watch. What's up, dude? So there's a lot of different things that go on in streaming, but you have got to understand that when you, I don't want to say open your mouth, but when you start typing about other people in someone's channel, that's not cool. It's never going to be cool, right? Now, I'm not saying there aren't exceptions to the rule out there, and know that for every rule, there's generally an exception. I have a friend of mine who streams, who lets anyone, anywhere, anytime come to his stream and advertise. That's his bit. He makes a big deal about it. That's his thing. But he lets it known, right? Generally speaking, this is going to be like CTL Uncut. Or like unofficial CTL. Because this is like, I haven't had a lot of topics to talk about for a podcast. So I'll probably like tool this up, use the CTL stinger, and this will be like a bonus episode type thing. Right now I'm just kind of doing Wednesday Web. Yeah. You're not wrong. There's a lot of stability issues out there. Some of them I know about and I can't talk about. Some of them I can only speculate and I probably shouldn't talk about because I'm not enough up on what they're talking about in the Discord to know if I'm running my mouth NDA. All I can tell you is that platform stability is the #1 concern for Mixer. And they are testing a lot of things, which is why you're seeing a lot of weird stuff going on. I can't say what they're specifically doing. But platform stability is their #1 priority. And I have heard that from multiple partner account managers. I've heard that from Guardians. I've heard that from numbers of people. So I don't know. I don't know if it'll be a soon thing, right? Like, it is frustrating. It's very frustrating. But I don't know how soon, right? Like, they're working on it. That's all I got. That's all I can say. I don't know how soon it will be, though. Here's to hoping. There are a lot of concerns with the platform as a whole, but that's another topic for another day. Because right now, I just want people to understand that we need to talk about how they behave, right? Like, this is a behavioral subject for the most part, right? Like, I wouldn't want anyone... Oh, here's another thing. You think you're being sneaky, you sons of bitches? No, you're good, man. No, it's fair. It's a fair question, honestly. You're fine. don't be sneaky little shits, right? Like I had this happen for the first time the other day. We had what was it, 900 people in here, and there was a streamer who was whispering everyone in chat, telling them to come watch. Just because you don't do it in general chat doesn't make it any less fucked up. Don't try to like recruit out of the stream. If you can't stream yourself or use your social media presence or your networking skills to get your own viewership, you're not going to make it as a streamer anyway. Period. Period. Yeah, self-promotion is just, generally speaking, and that goes back into like why we're talking about etiquette. It's generally frowned upon. These aren't like written rules in the TOS. However, most streamers have adopted these rules, right? As a viewer, something that's really, really good for you to do, every single stream that you go into has a bio, has panels, has something, and they usually have chat rules. Before you open your mouth in a chat, you might want to know the chat rules. Spend a little time listening to the person, see if there's something you like, then read the rules. And then once the rules make sense to you, then engage the streamer. But just like dropping into a chat and like running your mouth or saying, nothing pisses me off more than self-promotion. The second thing that pisses me off, I swear like a sailor. That's fine. You can, hell, my mods swear like sailors. Right? That's all well and good. If the first word out of your mouth when you come in as a rank 1, you haven't even followed me yet, is a swear word, I don't think you have anything interesting to add to conversation just generally. I don't. And I don't value you as a person, right? If the first thing you do is come into my chat and sling out an insult and then follow it up with JK, I'm not going to take you seriously. I'm probably just going to ban you. I get that that's how kids talk to each other. And then actually we had this conversation with Boss. Boss the other day told me that's how he and his friends interact. Y'all are fucked up. Y'all need to learn how to interact better. You wonder why this generation has so much low self-esteem? It's because you guys don't even know how to be friends. You guys don't know what friendship is. Like, your construct of friendship is belittling each other. My concept of friendship is raising each other up so we can all do bigger and better things. I'm not saying my way is right. I just like my way a whole lot better. And if you can come into my chat, that's how we're doing it. There's no point. Like, all right, perfect example. And boss, I know this is completely hypothetical. I'm going to use you for this example. This is completely bullshit, though. All right? So let's say boss was trying out for the football team, right? Boss tries out for the football team, and I'm in high school with boss. Let's just pretend I'm his friend. We'll pretend I'm your friend for today, boss. All right? Yeah, just shut up and listen, all right? This is... Whatever. It could be the chess team. Whatever, nerd. Okay. So, we get to this, like, this football tryout. Boss tries out for the team, doesn't make it, right? I could go in there, like, boss comes to me and is like, hey, dude, I didn't make the team, man. I'm really bummed out. And be like, well, yeah, you're an unathletic piece of shit, and you absolutely didn't deserve to make the team. I'm pretty sure that linebacker would have eaten you for breakfast, right? That's not going to help him in life. It's going to reinforce the idea that he's not good enough. And maybe he's a really fast guy. Maybe he just needs to put on 20 pounds. And maybe, like, I don't know what happened in practice, but as his friend, I'm going to go, so what happened during the tryout? Like, tell me, what do you think happened during the tryout that made the coach cut you? That's how friendship works. Because I want to help solve your problem. You wanted to make the football team. So I may not be the most athletic person on the planet, but I got a decent brain in my head, and I'm like, well, what happened during the tryouts? How'd this go? All right, man. Well, maybe you need to bulk up, put on 20 pounds, and like, you know, let's go to the gym. Let's go lift together. We'll get you on the team next year. Or maybe they'll have an opening mid-season, because that's happened on my high school team where, like, injuries rack up and they had to hold mid-season tryouts to fill in people. You never know. So you got to give them a little hope. I cut you? I mean, You really want to open that can of worms right now? I was just going to let go. But yeah, like, all right, then we're good. Then we're good. Then we're moving forward. That's perfect. It's all history to me. I'm going forward. That's my whole thing, guys, is I want to go forward and I want to do good things. I want to do great things, right? And I want the people around me to be enabled and empowered to do the good things and great things that they want to do with their lives, right? I don't have time for bullshit, because if I waste my time on bullshit that isn't at least entertaining, then I'm wasting my time and I'm not going to give someone that power over me. That's how I see it. You're like, oh, I caught this football and ran back towards the quarterback and scored for the other team. Yeah, that seems about right. But there's a time and a place. Like, you can bust somebody's balls. Like, everybody has friends that they tease. No, Nomad moved back to Texas like last year. So, it's just me over here these days. Yeah. So, it's a world of different over here. But going back to the point, there's a world where teasing is okay. Like, G3 Darth just bought his ridiculous $400 desk, and every week I remind him he spent way too much money on his Jeff Bezos desk that, yeah, it looks like an executive desk. It's cool, but throughout the rest of the year, I know you're going to complain to me about where you're going to get rent from or where certain things are going to happen, and you're going to, like, his car exploded last week, and now he had to go buy a car. Well, you could have had a little bit more money towards that car if you didn't buy the goddamn Jeff Bezos desk. But even so, if he'd have been like, hey, dude, I'm $200 short for this car, I would have reminded him, yeah, dude, you're dumbass. You didn't need to buy a $400 desk. Here's $200. Here's a time frame. I got your back. Do the right thing. Take care of your family. Right? So, like, it's just one of those things, like, you have to, like, pick and choose when you're going to kind of get combative with your friends. If you're always combative, there's some shit that's going to happen. If you're always combative with a streamer, there's some shit that's going to happen. There are repercussions for your words, for your choices, and for your actions. That's just point blank period, the end. You got to put a little respect on it. Respect your friends. Hey, Natalia, there's I think it's 4 emote limit. Just don't spam the chat with it. There's another thing, right? As a viewer, don't spam the chat. Like, there are certain times, right? Raids, my intro, right? You guys saw Confetti Ninja Beam going #WeAreInfinite for like a minute and a half. Everyone's allowed to do that during the intro. Everyone. You're allowed. You guys see me playing a boss video, right? Like, if we play the video because we got a new stream boss, absolutely. You guys see dono hype. You see sub hype. Those are okay times to spam. If I'm just having a conversation and I'm having a conversation with my chat and you're trying to spam my chat, you're trying to make my chat about you. That would be like coming to my birthday party and opening my presents for me and blowing out the candles on my cake. Every streamer does, but generally speaking, there are some general rules that most people follow. Nothing is absolute, and that's another thing that, like, systematically with our culture is wrong, right? Like, all Democrats are bad, or all Republicans are bad, or women do this, or men are like this. We speak in these broad base, everyone, everything, every time is like this. But that doesn't, some people, I swear to God, live in a world of black and white, right? We don't live in a world of black and white. We live in lots and lots of shades of gray, and all the colors of the spectrum. There's a lot of different things that happen. Everybody's situation is different. Everybody's situation is complex. The single letter Y to start a sentence will get the bot to catch you. I think it's just a 5-second timeout, though. You should be fine. But just so you know, like, I have a Y catcher for trolls, specifically. So, you didn't do anything wrong, Tyler. You're good. If you can't talk, whisper me or pay attention to me. And I'll actually pull up pay attention to me. 1 second. And I'll make sure you're untimed out. Okay, yeah. Okay, I just want to be good. Okay, sorry, my headphones are getting a little bubbly. Yeah. The bot's just it's on autopilot. So I just want you guys to be like learn how to be considerate and be mindful, right? Like when you speak in hyperbole, which is what that is, right? Like all men pee on the bathroom floor. Not all men pee on the bathroom floor. All girls are crabby during PMS. That's not even true. A lot of them are, sure. That's common knowledge. But not everyone is. Not all of them. Yeah, no, they do. They think in these absolute terms, right? And it's that absolutism mindset that causes people to close their minds off, right? Like, yeah, I know we don't talk politics generally speaking, but here's something, right? Just from my own perspective, I'm a left-leaning person, right? I lean Democratic, right? But that's not to say I couldn't vote. And I don't consider myself a person who's only ever going to vote based on whether you have a D or an R at the end of your name. If you have a good platform and you make sense to me and you're looking out for the people and not for corporations, we can have a conversation about your candidacy. But I'm not going to just dismiss a Republican candidate because they have an R there. Or I'm not going to dismiss a female because she behaves a certain way, even though, like, lots of them do. You know? You got to keep your mind open. You can't just be so dismissive and so absolute. It's convoluted. It's complicated. It requires you to think, and nobody wants to think anymore. That's the problem. No one wants to think. Thinking is hard. Thinking is difficult. And not to mention, it is actually difficult because you have emotions that convolute everything. You've got two competing sides of your brain. The problem is, too many of us allow our emotional side to lash out and be reactionary instead of being, kind of intuitive, allowing things to come into them, allowing themselves to digest. You've got to be calm and collective. There you go. You need to be a little more calm and collective. Think about different things. It goes a long way, right? So that's just a few things as viewers, right? Don't make the stream about you. Don't make the stream about your stream. We'll get to the streamers bit too, because that's something that probably should be addressed. Don't just randomly whisper people. Try to think about it like this. You're trying to make friends, right? We're all fucking quarantined. Our online friends right now are the closest thing we get to social interaction. Not everyone, but a lot of people are stuck at home. This is the closest thing we get to social interaction. So just don't be a shit. Be chill, and you will find good places to land. Now, I get it. Some people are children, and they haven't got their hyperactive disorder figured out. And I'm not saying it's ADHD necessarily. Maybe their mom doesn't care how much sugar they have, or that their 12-year-old drinks coffee, or whatever. I don't know every situation. All I can do is try to mitigate the chat to a point where it looks like civilized dialogue. Mostly civilized. Whenever I feel my emotions taking over, I don't know how you can shut them off. That's a handy skill if you can just shut them off. That's not a skill a lot of people. I don't want to say it's sociopathic tendencies, but that's something because they're always shut off. Sociopaths are just always shut off. Being able to turn them off? No, it's not though. The difference between what you're doing and a sociopath. Sociopath can't turn them on. They just can't. They could grab a squirrel and throw it in a wood chipper and it wouldn't faze them. So there's a difference. There's clearly a difference. Being able to shut them off is almost a superpower. Like in today's modern era, if you can shut off your emotions temporarily and think with a clear head, you're better than half the population out there. Easily. Easily half. Just don't let your emotions rule you. I know I'm guilty of that at times, but you live and you learn. You will let your emotions slip, and it will, somewhere along the line, cost you something. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it will be. But your emotions at some point in your life will cost you something. If you're able to squish it down, that's a good skill. That's a damn good skill. It's a superpower. So let's talk a little bit about being a streamer and being in someone else's stream, right? Because I know on Mixer has a little bit of a problem. We have way too many streamers and not enough viewers. And I thank you, Tyler. I hope you're doing well as well. No, that's cool, man. I'll be putting this VOD up on YouTube a little bit later, probably tomorrow. I'm gonna talk a little bit about streamers, and then we'll talk a little bit about just general etiquette and behaving in public, and then we'll move into a game, I'm sure. But I will probably trim this VOD at the end of the web show, and that'll just be what goes up on YouTube. Should be like an hour or two. How to be a decent person, not just etiquette, just common sense etiquette. Yeah, man, it was good to see you again. Absolutely. I wouldn't be a good father, no. No, and it's not because like I don't have like valuable lessons to teach or whatever. I would just neglect the child because I don't. No thanks. No. No. The first 10 years of that child's life, I would be like a blip on the radar, if that. I don't want anything to, like. I grew up in a place where like my sister had a child when she was 18, and I was living at home still with my parents while going to college. And from that point, 20 years old until I was about 32, 12 years, I lived with infants. Or I worked, my boss for 6 years, he had a kid and would bring his kid to work every day. And then he had another one, and he'd bring his kid to work every day. So even when my nieces grew up, or I moved out of the house with other people who had children, I was always around children. I've had enough of 1 to 5-year-olds for the rest of my life. I don't want it. I do not, under any circumstances, want it. Yeah, Katie can tell you, Katie was there, and she saw me slowly slipping into madness with it, especially when the second one came along. Not that Claire is not cute. That's just not how I envision my workplaces, also having to deal with screaming, whining children. So, I mean, I'm sure it's a little bit better now that they're a little more grown up, but, you know, things change. All right, you're a streamer. Let's pretend everybody in here is a streamer. If you're a streamer, there's no reason to talk about your stream in someone else's chat. Ever. Unless it is brought up for you. Perfect example would be, what if Kirby came in here right now, hosted me, was actually talking? I might ask him how his stream went. If I ask you, if the streamer prompts you to talk about your stream, that's different. Significantly different. It's a lot different than, even if I shout you out, right? Like, here, let's do this. Because I can do this right now. I put it in the chat. I didn't say anything about it. That's not carte blanche for boss to talk about his stream. Now, if I went, hey boss, how was Grand Theft Auto? How was your stream of Grand Theft Auto? Did you have a good time? Now I'm inviting you to tell me about your stream. That's different. I'm inviting it. Colin came in? That's awesome, dude. That's really cool. That's awesome. Ah, hell yeah, dude. Now, if you guys don't mind, please go drop a follow on Like a Boss. He's a friend of the channel. And I'm glad he's having a good time streaming. That's good. See how simple that was? I engaged it. If you're initiating talk about your stream, you done goofed. That's not okay. The difference is let the streamer come to you. Now, let's say you want to network with a streamer, right? We saw this a whole bunch this week. A whole bunch, right? People coming in and talking about their stream. Or asking, what do they ask? Let's see who guesses. One of you guys knows this. What do they ask?
How do I get viewers?
You guys hear that? You guys hear sugar in the background? How do I get viewers? How do I become popular like you? How do I... That's still talking about your stream. And again, you're making the stream about your stream. Even in a smaller, probably more acceptable way. Yeah, watch me's there too, but that kind of goes into the self-promotion thing, right? Like, we kind of talked about that already. It's the next one, the slightly less egregious one, right? Because let's be real. We're going to have real talk here, right? Real talk. They're trying to butter me up. Or they're trying to butter the streamer up, right? They're like, oh, you're so popular, you're so pretty. Can you tell me how to be like you? I still see through it. I know what you're trying to accomplish. Clip it, Gar. If you guys, by the way, if you're laughing that hard at some like mods, if you're laughing that hard at something I said, clip it from now on. I want clips of all of it. I want clips of the comedy too. We're gonna do that from now on. So you just exclamation clip. No, mine's just clip. Just clip. But that's what they're trying to do. They'll come in here and they will baste you with butter before they try to ask you for something, right? Generally speaking, as a streamer, you don't want to ask for something while that streamer's live. Now, here's a little something different that we did, right? Like when we were coming up and we were doing our thing. Here's an acceptable way to go about it, right? You hang out with a streamer, engage them in conversation. You really want to know the secret to picking a streamer's brain? There's two ways. One, web shows like this. Lots of us do them. We answer questions, full Q&A, the whole bit, right? This is a good time. I've invited you guys to come ask questions. That's okay. Especially if the conversation has to do with streaming. Context. It's in context. The other thing that you can do is if you really, really, really like a streamer and you really want their thoughts and input, become a regular viewer of theirs, right? Because if you're regularly viewing me and then, let's say 2 weeks from now, you've been a regular in my channel and then you slide into my DMs, not a whisper, not in chat, not while I'm live, slide into my DMs on Twitter, on Facebook, on Discord, and then go, hey man, I've been watching you the last couple weeks and I really like what you do. I was wondering if you could point me in the right direction, maybe give me some pointers on how I can get some more viewers, or just anything you can offer to help an up-and-coming streamer. I'm a lot more likely to answer your question if you do it that way. Now, if you try to make my chat about you, I'm going to go make you sit in the dunce corner. And let me tell you something, those swords aren't up there very well. You might get hit by falling swords if I put you in the dunce corner. So, it's a matter of approach. How are you approaching? Look. Yeah, you got to be 18 to be a mod. Because I stream in 18 plus, and I need to know that someone is going to make good decisions. But that is how it's going to work, and most streamers will respond better to that. That is exactly what I did when we were coming up. Exactly. I would go to the streamer in their Discord. I went to them in their Twitter. I would ask them a question off stream. And here's the other thing. If you do it off stream, you have their full and undivided attention. This is just a common sense thing. You do it to me while I'm live and I've got 144 people in here. I cannot spend as much time with you individually because I'm trying to take care of everyone in the chat. That's just no shit. If you send me a private message, I can send you something not only that you can keep because it's text, and if you ever need to refer back to notes, boom, there it is. If you had a question about something, you can refer back to notes and go, I didn't really understand what you meant here. Doesn't that just make a world more sense to just approach them offline. If I have time, I'll bang away at 2,000 characters, and I'll send you 2,000 characters. It's not hard. I can write up 2,000 characters of stream notes in about 5 minutes. I can do that 10 times a day. Or I can send you the link to things like this, to podcasts like this. I do this regularly. So even if you can't listen or watch or do, like, if you really, 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 really want to be a great streamer, you have to understand square one, put in the work. And when you come into my chat talking to me in my chat about your stream, the first thing I think is, this isn't a person who puts in the work, because they're not working offline. And they don't understand the basic concepts of streaming, the basic courtesies of streaming. So I'm far less likely to give you solid advice. Here's what'll happen. You come in asking for advice, I'm not going to look, I get it. Like, there's a whole bunch of streamers out there, and we're all working, like, incredibly hard. Oh, thank you, hon. Ooh, food.
I give you my wiener.
I got Sugar's wiener. I'm very excited. So, like, I'm far more likely to be able to spend that time and work with you versus being able to just try to convey something in a line or two. I'm probably just going to put my YouTube link in there, and I'm not even going to post the link for the specific streamer tips video. I'm going to make you go through my YouTube and sift through it, because I feel like you need to do a little bit more work. You ever wonder why I don't have a command just for the streamer tips? Just for streamer tips? That's why. I want them to go work for it. Fun fact. There is a method to my madness. It's a lot of madness, but there's some method in there. So, look, there's a ton of ways to grow your stream. Doing it in somebody else's stream is not going to work 9 out of 10 times. 99 out of 100 times. You've got to put the work in. You've got to put in the effort. You've got to put in the energy. It's the same thing like if you want to become a member of the community, right? Like, I don't feel like just because you subbed to me on the first day that you're here that you're automatically getting into my party and automatically getting into my game. It's cool that you threw $5 out there. That's cool. That's dope. I don't owe you anything for $5. I don't. You get what Mixer gives you, which is emotes. You get the ad-free. That's what you are entitled to. Anything that a streamer does on top of that is a channel choice. If I'm going to let you come play games with us, if I'm going to let you join our party chat, I'm not going to, because I don't, Zeus is a perfect example, right? Hopped in the party with Zeus the other day. He spent a couple of days getting to know us and has become a great member of the community. I'm happy. Every time I see him come back, I'm happy. I'm like, that's cool that he's still here and he wants to hang out with us. You know, I think it's cool that Fleet comes back day over day. I think that's cool. I actually really appreciate when I see the same name keep showing up. The more it happens, the closer I feel to you and the more comfortable I am. You guys know, you can hear my party chat come through my stream. I have to have a lot of trust in the people who get to come into my party chat. I've told this story 100 times, and for those of you who are new here, I have had someone's racist dad yell the N-word over my stream. It wasn't even like the kid himself did anything wrong. He was just in chat. He was just talking to us. We were playing Fortnite. He was doing a call out. He was like, hey, there's guys over there in Salty Springs. And then his dad was like, mother effing ends, blah, 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 blah. And just N-bomb. And I'm scrambling to mute the kid. And it's not that he did anything wrong. But experiences like that have happened to me. And then when that N-bomb comes out over the stream, I have to answer to Mixer about it. Now, they'll understand it's not me and that I can have that conversation, that dialogue with them. It wasn't me and it wasn't the user. So we have to, yeah, that's it. Just boom, right there. Facepalm the shit out of it. It's like, holy God, man. And it doesn't even have to be to that extreme sometimes. Like, I love Jess. If you guys have ever seen Bookkeeper, I love Bookkeeper. She's a sweetheart. She's a doll. She's been one of my best moderators for years. But sometimes she's got so much background noise between her father and her brother and everything else that's going on. I have to mute her, and I don't want to. Jessie's in a relationship now, and she's spending a lot more time with the person she's in a relationship with. And that's okay. That's okay. She'll be around. She's around when she's able, and she wants to spend time with her boyfriend when she's able. Nobody can fault her for that. You know what I mean? So yeah, there's a couple of things there for you. Like, I know, like, a lot of people aspire to be streamers, and I've talked about it 100 times. I'm not going to go too far into it. There's only a handful of people who make it, and I'm not one of them. I'm not. Yeah, we have good numbers. Yeah, we have a good community. I'm not making enough of a living off of streaming to be able to tell anyone how to make a living off of streaming. I can point you in directions in different ways. I figured out how to make money doing this, but it's not a livelihood. The people who make a livelihood on this, that's another tier above me. It's probably the tier directly above me. But I'm scraping and clawing, and I'm learning new things, and I don't mind sharing it with people in an appropriate forum. My chat is not an appropriate forum. Other people's chat is not an appropriate forum. If you want to get at me, there's a way to do it. And I make myself very available. Does anyone have any questions about, like, etiquette or things you should or should not do in streams? Like, before I, like, kind of get on to the next thing? Because the next one is how to behave when you are on a stream. Why was bot's got a lot of lag. I don't really know. Keep my streamer questions to a minimum when you stream. Yeah, but like I said, here, right here, this is an appropriate forum. I'm giving you the okay. We're good. This right now, Wednesday talk show, you guys can ask me anything you want. It's always an AMA. Right? I might have a topic or a subject that I want to talk about, but I always open the floor for questions. And once I open the floor for questions, it's a free-for-all. You ask me whatever the hell you want. Yeah, but Katie, you're a civilized human being. I swear to God, half the people that come through streams are mouth-breathing knuckle draggers. Like, they're missing 2 chromosomes, and they still don't know who their dad is. Are you my father? So, like, no, you're good. And here's another thing, funny story. When you have good friends, right, people that you get along with, they tend to, when they show up in your stream, understand enough about you to know how you're gonna talk. I've also grown up in chat rooms and things. Hey, yeah, see, like, there's part of it. What's up, Bong Technician? I like the name. It's a good name. I wish I'd have known you like 15 years ago when, like, my favorite bong ever broke. See? Conversation about damn near anything. I'll talk about pot. Who cares? I'm waiting for the boss question before I push on to the next subject, which is how to act when you get to play with a streamer and you're in their chat. How did you get Mix It Up commands? I could only make Discord and YouTube command, and that took 20 minutes. There's a marketplace for commands. That's first. There's a Mix It Up marketplace where you can actually literally download commands, like various functions. Yeah. But other than that, like, think of it like coding. It's learning another language. You just have to learn the language of Mix It Up to make it do what you want it to do. It's like any other program you want to build. If you like coding, if you go to, I think they use GitHub. I'm not sure. It's been a while since I've been on the page, but they have like a GitHub page, and they have like all of the different coding functions, all of the different API interactions that you can do. So that's where I would say you would go with it. Hey, Bong Technician, thanks for the follow, man. So there's a lot of things you can do there. The other thing is, again, if you're having issues, you can consult a streamer when they're offline. That one, like, it will be a lot more complex, right? Like, I can kind of give you here's some guidance, and if you still have questions after I kind of point you in the direction of where you need to go, then come to me with the follow-up questions, and I'll see how much more I can help you. That's what I can do for you right now. Is check out Mix It Up's help page. Try to learn the language of the bots that you're using, and then it'll start flowing a little more naturally. I'm not the best with bots, right? Like, a lot of what I have is based on, because Nomad's job when he was here was mostly bot stuff and technical function. I've had to teach myself stuff, but even though I've been streaming for 3 years, I've only been operating bots for 1. Yeah, I know you do. So like it's simpler coding, because once you get down the API requesting, right? Like whatever you're requesting, whether it's like Urban Dictionary or Chuck Norris jokes or stuff from Mixer or stuff from Twitch or wherever. Once you learn how to request those things, it gets a lot easier. Okay. Any other questions before I hop into how you should behave while on stream with a streamer? And we can kind of dabble in co-streams too. That's another one. Because I feel like in co-streams sometimes I'm not the best co-streamer. And there are some lessons I've learned along the way that I will be happy to share with you. Anyone? No more questions? Yeah, boss, just think of it like coding. Honestly. Yeah, I'm not tech savvy at all. But even my dumb ass can function Mix It Up. So there's that. Question. Watch. I see you, Zeus. Go for it. I'll wait. Gives me time to eat a little bit. I'm gonna eat Sugar's wiener. It's just the tip. I was playing Fortnite back in Season 2. I got in at the end of Season 2, and I think I got to like level 65, which is why I don't have the Black Knight, because I grinded Fortnite Battle Royale to try to get to Black Knight before the season was over, and I basically played all day, every day, and didn't quite make it. So it was like the very end of Season 2 when I started playing Battle Royale. Now, I did play Save the World as soon as it came out. And I didn't transfer over to Battle Royale until Season 2 when they did the Battle Pass. Why do you eat and drink when you know I make you laugh? You should eat before my stream. And drink before my stream. I can't see you. You can see me. Like, I don't know what you're doing. You know what I'm doing. Look. Now. I'm eating. But I don't know what you're doing. Oh, I know you're thirsty. Hi! Hi! Alright. See? Forgot your password. I think we talked about that yesterday, Flea. That sucks, dude. I've had the same gamer tag for this gamer tag, the Challenger Falls gamer tag, I've had since 2009. Before that, I think I was playing on Kraska Nakor. I think that was my previous gamer tag. I didn't actually own, fun story, I didn't own the original Xbox. I was a PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2 guy until the Xbox 360 came out, and all of my friends decided that they were going to play Xbox and not PlayStation anymore. So I skipped the 3, got the 360, and now I own all of them. We have a Switch, we have a PS4, we have PC, we have an Xbox One. Wait, alright. I don't know a special shout for asking a question because I was just curious, but... Oh, no! Yeah. No, we're all good. Yeah, you mad, girl? No, I'm not mad, girl. We're good. Not right now. I'm good now. We're pretty chill now. But hi. Bun Bun is... yeah, well, here's the thing, right? I feel like, and this happens more often with my teenage viewers than anyone else. Much like the authority figures in their life, they're trying to push my buttons. The thing is, unlike their parents, I can ban them. I don't need you in my life. That's a funny story, right? Like, you can be as bitchy to your parents as you want, and they will love you, and they will try to discipline you, and they'll keep you around. I don't have to keep you around. Funny story. So, just show respect. That's all I ever ask, is be respectful of me and be respectful of my viewers. And we will get along fabulously. The thing about it is, I was also that petulant child in high school. And I've had 20 years since high school to refine that technique. And I am better than you. Just keep that in mind. And for the last 10 years I've been DJing. And in that DJing, I've had the fortune of being able to do things like take improv classes or learn different ways of reacting to hecklers, to trolls. My boss pays for classes for us to do that. I get paid to learn how to deal with drunk people. And if you teenagers think you're a problem, wait till you meet a 21-year-old basic white girl who's wasted out of her mind. Y'all haven't seen entitlement until you've seen that. So, like, I think the frequency on streaming is why it gets to me a little bit more, because I go DJ a party, it's 1 or 2 wasted white girls. I come stream Fortnite, and there's about 50 dumbass teenagers. So, I'm a little more patient at the start of a stream. As things progress, and I have to keep repeating myself, I tend to get a little bit more irritated. No, but here's the thing, boss. I don't ever feel like you've disrespected me. Not once. We've had a conversation, and we've had a little bit of banter and gone back and forth, but I never felt like you disrespected me. Which is the difference between Yoshi and Bun Bun last night. They disrespected me. That's the difference. Can I repeat everything? Everything? Gar, I like you. Please don't make me cut you. I don't want to. Yeah. And that's why I find your relationship with your mother, like, boss, I'm not gonna lie, your relationship with your mother is like a case study. Because, like, even though you have those interactions with your mom, there's still a line of respect that she has drawn that you keep in line with. And I think she's done a better job with you than maybe you give her credit for. Is for... Oh. Fun fact, I don't like the P word. That's one. It's fine. I appreciate you not using the whole thing. But I think when you have a lobby that small, like, it's just kind of rude, right? Like, you're basically, we're supposed to be doing X and you want to do Y. And that's kind of the point, right? Like, I guess now we can kind of dive into that subject. So here we go. When you guys get a chance to play with a streamer on stream or join their party, if you know that their party audio is coming through, act with a measure of respect. You are being broadcasted on someone else's channel. So all you gotta do is be respectful. We can trade barbs, we can exchange insults, we can have some fun, right? That's fine. But that's not... But you gotta stay within the chat rules, right? Like, I tend to not allow religious conversation, political conversation. Although I've been a little bit more lenient about political conversation because I feel like if we squash political conversation, we're doing a disservice to educating people. We're doing a disservice to discourse, which is something I think in politics, particularly right now, we do so much dismissing that if we can't have an open conversation, we're not enabling a civic-minded culture. So I've been a little bit more lenient about the political stuff lately, but I don't talk about religious stuff. I know a lot of streamers, particularly female streamers, but it's both. It is definitely male and female, who don't mind a lot of sexual chat, right? Like they'll talk about tits this, ass that, pussy that, blah blah blah, all that stuff. I don't like that chatter. I don't. I don't care for it. I don't like the minimization of women. I think a lot of it boils down to, and I think women do it too. I think women are just like, oh, he's just a good dick. There are some who do that, right? And then there are some guys who are like, oh, she's just a hot piece of ass, and they objectify people. So I don't really care for sexual talk in my chat too much. Cuddlesaurus, I'm talking about sexual chat, but like in a way that is trying to describe why I don't necessarily like prescribe to it in my chat, right? Like I don't want people to be objectified. No, you're fine, man. You're good. You're good. You cut it off. Other people would have just typed it all out. But I tend to lean away from it, right? Like we're here to play games, right? Like for example, I might talk about characters in a game, right? I was playing Final Fantasy VII Remake recently, and it comes up that Cloud is stuck in between Tifa and Aerith. So, like, yeah, sure, there's some conversation about which one's he going to choose. Well, Aerith's a little bit hotter. She's a little thinner. But, man, like, Tifa, she got that bounce. She's got that hype. She's got that energy. Like, I could see myself, like, as Cloud being with her. Like, there's a little bit of a difference in going, man, fuck that pussy. I fuck that pussy all night, man. Like, there's a difference. There is a significant difference. There's being crass, and then there's having conversation. I don't like when my chat devolves into crass. So that's kind of the expectation that I set for you guys. Like, it's cool if you hear a funny joke and it's a little sexual, DM it to me. If it's funny and it's appropriate, I'll tell the joke and give you credit for it. You know? Shut up, Katie. No, I meant prescribe. Although, full disclosure, there's plenty of times that I misspeak. Thank you, Cuddle. I appreciate you. Right. That's kind of why I think, like, as a viewer, I'm not saying this like a form of etiquette. I'm not saying that this is like you have to do certain things certain ways, right? As a viewer, I like to go into someone's channel and watch for a little while. And I'm not just watching the streamer. I'm not just watching the game. I'm seeing how their interactions work with them and their community before I jump in. Because if you just open your mouth, you got a 50-50 shot of it going over or falling flat. So it's better to just kind of see how the community interacts with each other and see if it's a good fit for you before you start just hoping for the best. Like, I feel like a lot of these people who come into chat for the first time are just kind of trying to throw darts and see where they fit. Sometimes you hit a bullseye. Sometimes you hit the guy at table 2. Oh. I know I'm slowing down a little bit, but I'm starving. I definitely need to eat. Wait. There you go. It's there. So, whatever. So the other thing about like hopping into the chat or the game, I already said, like, be careful about what you talk about when you're on stream and you know that your voice is coming through that streamer's stream. I'm not just saying mine, any streamer. You get on stream, you hear people in chat coming through, chances are your chat is also going to come through. So you have to be careful about what you say, because you got to remember you're getting an opportunity basically to represent that channel. That's what it comes down to, right? You're participating in the active broadcast of the channel. So what you say is important, but also how you play is important, right? So if you do get invited to a party, if you do get invited to a game, don't be a toxic shit, right? Like, Sugar plays Dead by Daylight, and she's always bitching about tunneling and face camping, and she hates inviting people who do it. I bitch about Fortnite people trying to ruin our overall experience, whether it's teaming up with each other against a lobby of friends, or whether it's just doing toxic shit to prevent gameplay from happening. Hey, Bronus, how you been, dude? Good to see you, man. So just be respectful of the stream, right? And Claw, I'm glad you said that, because that's bottom line, what Claw just said. Be respectful of the stream, of the community that you are attempting to join, is the quickest way to endear yourself to that community. Now, if you come in being a belligerent asshole, I will treat you like a belligerent asshole. Remember 5 minutes ago when I said I was trained to deal with belligerent assholes? Please give me a reason to use my training. I'm not DJing right now because we can't have large gatherings, and I miss telling basic white bitches to shut the fuck up. So now I gotta deal with trolls on stream, so here we are, you know? I don't ever want to be that guy. I don't. Like, I know some of you guys get a kick out of it, and I know it's part of my shtick, and I own that. But I don't do it to people who are respectful. I'll do it. We'll have some banter between... Hell, Kirby and I give each other shit all the time. All the time. And that's okay. That's part of our relationship. But you got to build to that relationship. Kirby and I have worked together. We have hung out together. We have ate together. We have everything. Like, the only thing I haven't done with Kirby is fuck him. And I'm pretty sure I could if I wanted to. I'm just kidding. Oh, there he is! But that's the point, right? Like, we had to, like, even when we were streaming at like the beginning, right? Like when we first started co-streaming, there was a little bit, like, we kind of had a chemistry, but it was like a tepidness, right? Now that we've kind of worked with each other, I know when he's about to pop off and I shut my mouth. He knows when I'm about to pop off and he shuts up. You know, like when he cuts a promo, when he's got to talk about things coming up for him, I shut up. Same thing with me. He shuts up, right? You work on that dynamic so you can have a little bit of leeway. If you come in from scratch, you have earned zero leeway. So that's just kind of my take on it. Like, if anybody has any other questions, right? Like, I think that point about joining the stream, don't make it about you, right? Don't disrespect the chat and don't disrespect the game if you get the chance to play. That was the last like little bullet point, right? Being a visitor on a stream. I've covered everything I can about etiquette. Everything. You guys should know, walking away from this stream, how you should behave in other streams. How you should respect other streamers. How you should respect the other viewers. Respect the mods. Here's another thing. I know I have to address this a lot. So some of you guys who are maybe new to Mixer, the green names are moderators. They work for the channel. They deserve more respect than anyone here, including me. Including me. Because I will always take their back. I will always take their word because they are working for me for free. And nothing about volunteering should be difficult. Nothing. And they volunteer their time and their energy to be a part of this community and keep all of us safe. So if you ever disrespect them, and I know my viewers have seen it, you disrespect my mods, it is quick, fast. I'm not only going to ban you, I'm going to scorch you as a human being. That's just how I feel about it. You respect volunteers. Nothing sucks more, right, than doing a job and not getting paid for it. I do what I can for them, little things here and there. I'm not made of money. Heaven forbid, actually, heaven grant me the lottery, because all those people will get a check from me. I wish I could pay them. They know I can't. Just remember a video that someone was stream sniping. Really? Well, stream sniping is actually against terms of service on Microsoft's end. So if you're stream sniping and you have a Microsoft account, so if you're doing it from your gamer tag, you can lose your gamer tag. You can lose your ability to play games. And if multiple accounts get caught, they can Mac ban you, meaning your Xbox will be a brick. You'll be able to play offline games. So I wouldn't suggest stream sniping, even in a friendly sense. It's prohibited. Like, you can't join my Fortnite game and come unload all of your meds and all your good guns at my feet. Like, that's competitive cheating. I don't want your help. I'll earn the game on my own. You got it? That's disrespecting the rest of the lobby. You'll get along fine here, Claw. I appreciate the respectful. That's it. Respect me, respect my community. You'll go far here. Period. And here's the other cool thing. I have some awesome people here. People like Ref. People like Yuko. Oh, my mod. Here's the other mind-blowing thing, right? 4 people who are moderators in my channel, who are working unpaid, are the highest gifters of subs. Let's go with that. Gifters of subs in this channel. And number 5 is Sugar, my girlfriend. My mods are the people who gift subs. 9 out of 10 times. So not only are they working for free, but they're paying for other members of the community to be able to subscribe and have a good time and hang out here. That's why I take it so personally when anybody attacks them. You don't fuck with my mods. No, not like you're ranked number 5. Jesus. Just like 5 people I know who gift subs on the regular. Off the top of my head, all of them are moderators. All right, sorry, I had to move my thing. Got some bad news today. What'd you get? Hopefully it's not too bad. Something not evil. Absolutely have not done a V-Buck giveaway because Kirby lied to you. Kirby is the one who, for the last 2 years, on every Fortnite stream that he's had, he has given away V-Bucks. Unless it's in a co-stream, which I think is kind of shiesty. But every other time he solo streams Fortnite, he gives away V-Bucks. Be sure to check out the Kirby real soon. Don't you put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby. Now, in good news, like I mentioned at the top of the show, 1 month from today is the 3-year birthday of Infinite Power. I'm very excited. I have no idea what we're going to do for it, but it will be a community gameplay day. I'll probably run like a 10 or 12 hour stream. We'll play multiple games. I'll have a list for you guys of games that we can play. I don't want to stay on like one game like Fortnite for like 10 hours. That's not my goal. I want to play, we'll do some PC gaming. We'll do some Xbox gaming. We'll mix it up a little bit. So we have pets, right? We got a box of that. Oh, man. I'm sorry, dude. It sucks to lose Pupper. It really sucks to lose Pupper. I'm sorry, my dude. Yeah, Flea. Look, it's a running gag around here. Like, we'll point to different streamers and go, that person gives away free V-Bucks, because viewers believe that. They just... A lot of viewers just like pop around streamer to streamer to just find giveaways. Here's the thing, guys. I do giveaways. I do. I'm a part of Network Contests, which is a great company that Sugar runs, that helps streamers promote giveaways, and it helps the streamers grow, and it helps viewers get really cool prizes, right? So, like, we're doing an Xbox One X giveaway right now. So, if you want a chance to win prizes from me, normally I have 1 or 2 consoles going at a time. All you gotta do is follow the link, follow the instructions, and really there once you get to that page, you follow some streamers on Mixer, on Twitch, on Facebook, on YouTube, different places, and every follow earns you tickets. We do this every month. Every single month. So if anyone tells you I give away V-Bucks or Apex coins, or if they tell you I ever give away any modern or any Call of Duty currency, they're lying to you. I don't even play Call of Duty. It's a trap. It's a damn trap. What I do, I'll do subscriber giveaways if I get like a cool game. Like next month, I'm thinking about like giving away a copy of a game that I'm playing at the time. It might be Final Fantasy XIV. It might be a handful of Steam games that maybe we can get some people to play. It just depends on financially where the channel is and if I can afford to do some bonus giveaways. But you can almost always bank on us giving away We've been giving away a console a month at least for almost a year. For almost a year. I know there are a lot of new people here. If you're into like that, if giveaways are your thing, we do them monthly. First one was June. Yeah, there you go. We team, like, and here's the thing, right? The way that we're able to do that is we team up with a bunch of streamers. And that way not everybody's buying $400 at a time. Hey, thanks for the sub. Ah, Katie, look at you go. I don't have any alerts on this screen because I deactivated them. They became distracting in the web show. It sucks that boxers are prone to cancer. Yeah, I've got a corgi and they're prone to like it's a hip disease, and they end up in like, you know, the two-paw rolling wheelchair dealios very often, and I worry about that for my dog when he gets older. He's only 5 now, but when he gets to be about 9 or 10, I'm really gonna have to worry about that. But I feel for you, man. I'm sorry. It sucks to lose a dog. I don't know what I would do if I lost Renly. I'd lose my mind. I wouldn't stream for a couple of weeks. That's for fucking sure. All right. Right. And again, guys, reminder: don't ask other streamers where I'm at. Did I catch them up? Hip dysplasia. Thank you, Claw. That's right. Wait. Is it right? God damn it. Now I gotta know. Oh, no, sorry. The one I was thinking of was myelopathy. That's the one I'm thinking of. But they do get to hip dysplasia. It's the myelopathy that's really concerning because it becomes an ongoing pain management issue. That's the one that I was thinking. I was thinking of DM. But yeah, no, it sucks. Like, you know, that's any kind of like long, short, stout dog. You're gonna run into those hip problems. It's just the way that their weight is displaced. Now, fortunately for Renly, he's a very thin dog, so there's a lot less stress on his hips. He might be one of the lucky ones who doesn't have to deal with it as bad. And none of it runs in his bloodline for the myelopathy. So, fingers crossed. We'll keep an eye on him. He's healthy as a button right now. I don't know how healthy a button is, but he's that healthy. All right. Any other questions, comments, concerns about etiquette or anything like that? I'm just at this point I'm just kind of hanging out. Am I ever going to give out free V-Bucks again? Never say never, but I wouldn't count on it. The consoles are kind of what we do here. And sometimes it's not even consoles. Sometimes it's, you know, games. Sometimes it's like kind of peripheral packages. Like, there's all kinds of different things we can do for giveaways. But normally our giveaways go through player.gg. We work with them a lot. And obviously Sugar and I put together Network Connections, and she runs it now. And that's where my focus is for giveaways. Every once in a while, if I get like an extra code or something like... Here's another thing. Every September, we run one of the largest suicide awareness charities on the platform. There are a fuck ton of giveaways in September. Fuck ton. A lot. I think last year we gave away over 150 games for sure. I'm not sure if it was over 200. We work with companies like Devolver, 505 Games, Berserk Studios. It was a lot. It was a lot of games. 21, damn. You're lucky you got 21 years out of them. That's incredible. So yeah, like I said, normally it's not going to be like a frequency of the giveaway. Like we'll do a few here and there. I'll do like a giveaway of a subscription to the channel or like Mixer Pro about every month. But you guys got to remember, streamers are here to make money. And if I buy stuff to give it away all the time, I'm not making any money. And I just had an issue with my logo not too long ago where I had to hire a lawyer and get a lawyer involved. And actually, I'm going through that now, like paying a lawyer to help me with trademark rights and stuff. So that's $1,000, like beginning to end process. So in order for me to be able to do more giveaways and be able to produce more things for the community, kind of got to throw money around a little bit, you know? And that's why subscribers tend to get access to those individual giveaways more. My general public giveaways are the console giveaways. I don't want to say specifically who, but someone out in the universe is using my logo. And I have filed for trademark. I had to pay for someone to run a reverse image search. I had to pay for someone to run my logo through the trademark bank, the USPTO. And now we're filing, and then I have to file a cease and desist against this company. Facebook, you have to see my reaction. Facebook Messenger or Facebook? Oh my God, who put that in there? What the fuck, Kirby? Okay. I'm like, from 2017? I couldn't even afford my own V-Bucks in 2017. Katie, thank you for the embers. You're watching One Piece? Oh, man, I can't get into One Piece. It's too long. Yeah. It's just kind of a running gag at this point. Kirby says, I have V-Bucks. I say Kirby has V-Bucks, and then we both point to Truant and go, that's the guy who's got V-Bucks. Are you asking me again, Werewolf? I don't want to watch you pee. That joke wore out its welcome yesterday. What you mean? I didn't get it then. I don't get it now. Yeah, you're not even doing the joke right. So how do you get a loaf of bread somewhere really fast? When I want a loaf of bread really fast, I order it through Amazon, or I go to the store. Yeah, ICP is Insane Clown Posse. If you see pee, you're looking down and you're taking a leak. Or someone pissed on the floor. Or your dog pissed on the floor. Or someone pissed. You yeet the wheat? Yeah! Yeah, no, it is. He keeps screwing up the joke. He screwed it up yesterday, screwed it up again today. It was all good. What does ICP stand for? Insane Clown Posse. I got a teacher with that one, Kirby, when I was in 10th grade. I am not down with the clown. They have one song I like. Sauce. It's not my style. Chicken hunting. That one's kind of fun. Yeah, that one's fun. G3 Darth actually, it's funny. My best friend in the whole fucking world, is huge into ICP, and like, I knew that when we were growing up. Somehow, like, I do not like them. I kind of hate their whole brand, their whole build. Like, nothing about ICP is enticing to me. However, my best friend is a huge fan of theirs. And somehow we've managed to work that out. I've listened to it. It never strikes me, but it's weird. Juggalos are weird. Is this on no copyright sound still? Because this is good. I like this. I can get down on this. Dave Grohl clip? I don't think I did. I see Adam Sandler. Oh, wait. Hold on. Damn! Get the fuck out of my show. Good for Dave. Good for Dave. I feel that way when people start like bickering among each other in our streams. I really do. Flea, don't push him. Don't push him. Kirby will roundhouse kick you quicker than Chuck Norris, man. I promise. Like, Bruce Lee's speed would not have shit on Kirby's 6'6" big ass. He don't play with that. I don't know about teddy bear. I mean, grizzly bear maybe. No, it's not going to happen here. I'm not going to eat Flea, but I'm going to tell Flea, don't whisper people about fucking V-Bucks. Because for the most part, I like Flea. It's all a joke, dude. There are no V-Bucks. Oh, well, I'm sure. Kirby yeets people just because cult of yeet. Ah, yes. However, Flea, you must develop that relationship with Kirby to make those jokes. I know you're joking, but you got a fine line between joking and trolling. And if he feels like you're trolling, his feelings trump yours. Just kind of how it is. What's up, Ox? I see you there. How's it going, dude? And thank you for the gift. All right, so we've talked for, I don't know, almost 2 hours. I think that's a good webcast length. I'm going to be playing some Final Fantasy XIV tonight for a few hours. I'm going to get back to the artist and talk to her a little bit about the upcoming emotes. Here's another thing. If you are a streamer and you want to participate in our suicide awareness campaign that we do every year, it's in September. It's called the Real Life Project. Mods, hit the Real Life Project link. If you guys want to learn more about the Real Life Project, it's our big annual campaign here on Mixer. I know it's Mental Health Awareness Month, and we're a part of that as well, but September is really like our big charity stream. We bring streamers, large and small, on board to kind of help raise money for the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. I have a meeting with their director of online giving next week, and we're going to start making plans. I haven't actually got to talk to the foundation in 3 years. I talked to them before the first Real Life, and we kind of set up the program, And we haven't worked together very much since then, but we've gone from just under $2,000 to just over $11,000 to last year's $25,000. We've raised over $38,000 total for the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, and we're going to work a little more hand in hand this year. So if anybody is interested in participating, helping raise money, it's a really good opportunity for up-and-coming streamers to get a little bit more featuring, to see a little bit more traffic, and you're doing something for a good cause, so it's positive for your brand. So anybody who wants to maybe stream for that and help raise money, that's great. We always need volunteers for people who want to help around behind the scenes. For the behind-the-scenes stuff, please be at least 18 and have some work experience. It is a volunteer gig, but there's definitely work to be done, and we always need help. So behind the scenes, I got you, Katie. I got you. We'll talk, because I'm a little concerned this year with coronavirus being a thing. Like, it's going to be a little tougher this year. We're not going to be able to do any live events. At least I don't want to plan any live events. Last year's live event was okay, but I don't want to plan a live event when people aren't comfortable going outside of their house. But what I do want to do is I want to look into more corporate partnerships. I want to look into connecting with other companies who may want to either support, help fundraise, or even just donate outright to what we're doing. And we had some of that last year, which was great. We've had, like I said, like Devolver Digital has worked with us. I'm trying to open the line of dialogue with Square Enix. We've had Berserk Studios, 505, Bandai Namco has worked with us. We've worked with some really good people, and I'm very blessed to have met so many awesome community managers. But I do want to keep expanding. I want to be able to keep doing giveaways. I want to keep enticing people to donate. So we're going to go through with the campaign again this year, and it'll be awesome. But we're going to need a little bit more as far as like volunteer work and some hands on deck, because it's going to get busy. Hey, look, like I said, if you're a member of this community and you really want to help, we can discuss different ways. All you got to do is talk to me in Discord. Discord's the best place, really, guys, to have conversations with me. And if you need the Discord, boom. There you go. 100 Thieves Start Network. Yeah, I mean, really, it's as simple as just talking to people and be like, hey, I'm part of this thing. I'm doing this thing. We already have a really good track record. We've worked with great companies and we've raised a lot of money. We're also working with Mixer, the platform, directly. So things like advertising and getting brand recognition for their participation out there, it's doable. There's a lot of doable things. And we're planning. We're in the planning stages this month and early next month. Late next month is when we start getting into like the advertising and the build up and really starting like, hey, we're going to be doing this thing. Hey, we're going to be doing this thing. Tell all your friends, tell all your neighbors, blah, 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 blah. All of that. That's like July and August. Then come September, the entire month of September, we're fundraising. I don't make any money in September at all. I don't take tips. I don't do anything. September is all given to the AFSP. If I do get personal tips, I use that for we don't have a budget, right? Like everything that we do, it's not like the AFSP is giving me money to go advertise. It's not like anyone is giving us anything to actually make it bigger. So that's kind of part of the thing with if you want to donate to Real Life itself, you can do that. Because we do need an operating budget at some point.